Welcome to this tutorial on annotations in Kotlin. Annotations are a powerful feature that allows us to add metadata to our code. Think of them as labels or tags that provide extra information about our code elements without changing how the code actually runs. Throughout this video, we'll explore what annotations are, how to use them, and how to create your own custom annotations. So what exactly are annotations? Annotations are metadata attached to code elements that provide additional information to the compiler, development tools, or the runtime environment. The key thing to remember is that annotations do not directly affect code execution. They simply add information that can be used by various tools and frameworks. In Kotlin, all annotations start with the @ symbol. Annotations can have parameters to provide more specific information, and they can target different parts of your code, such as classes, functions, or properties. Let's look at the basic syntax for using annotations. The simplest form is just the @ symbol followed by the annotation name, like @deprecated. You can also add parameters to annotations by placing them in parentheses. For example, @deprecated with a message saying, "Use new function instead." When you need to apply multiple annotations to the same element, you simply place them on separate lines before the declaration. Here we have @throws with IOException class and @JVM static applied to a function. This flexibility makes annotations very versatile for different use cases. Kotlin comes with several built-in annotations that you'll use frequently. The @deprecated annotation marks code as obsolete, warning other developers that they should use an alternative. The @suppress annotation tells the compiler to ignore specific warnings for the annotated element. The @JVM static annotation is used when working with Java interoperability, as it generates a static method that Java code can call directly. And the @throws annotation declares checked exceptions, which is particularly useful when your Kotlin code needs to be called from Java. These built-in annotations handle many common scenarios you'll encounter in everyday development. Sometimes you need to be more specific about where an annotation applies, especially when working with properties. This is where useSite targets come in. useSite targets let you specify exactly which part of a property the annotation should apply to. For example, you can use @field: to apply an annotation to the backing field itself, or @get: to apply it to the getter method. In this example, @field: JSON property applies to the name field, while @get: JSON ignore applies to the getter of the password property. This level of control is essential when working with frameworks like serialization libraries that need precise annotation placement. Now let's see how to create your own custom annotations. To declare a custom annotation, you use the annotation class keywords followed by the annotation name. You'll typically annotate your annotation with meta-annotations to define its behavior. The @target annotation specifies where your annotation can be used, such as on classes, functions, or properties. The @retention annotation determines whether the annotation is available at runtime, stored in compiled class files, or only visible during compilation. Your custom annotation can also have parameters, just like built-in ones. Here, we've created a REST controller annotation with a path parameter. Once defined, you can use it just like any other annotation by prefixing it with the @ symbol. When creating custom annotations, you need to specify valid targets using the @target meta-annotation. Let's review the most common annotation targets available in Kotlin. Class allows the annotation to be applied to classes and interfaces. Function is for functions and methods. Property targets properties in classes. Field specifically targets backing fields. Value_parameter is used for function parameters. And constructor allows annotations on class constructors. By specifying the appropriate targets, you ensure that your annotations can only be applied where they make sense, preventing misuse and making your code more maintainable. Let's recap what we've learned about annotations in Kotlin. First, annotations add metadata to code without affecting its execution. They're purely informational. Second, you use annotations with the @ symbol and can optionally pass parameters to provide more context. Third, Kotlin provides built-in annotations like @deprecated, @suppress, and @jvm static that handle common tasks. Fourth, you can create custom annotations using the annotation class keywords along with @target and @retention to define their behavior. And finally, use site targets give you precise control over where annotations are applied, especially for properties. With these fundamentals, you're ready to start using annotations effectively in your Kotlin projects. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.